From Williamsport now to Hadlock Field, the Portland Sea Dogs honored the Great New Gloucester Raymond Little League champs yesterday. The team was paraded through the field, and then all 14 New England champions threw out the first pitch to Sea Dogs players. Last but not least, they joined the Sea Dogs on the field for the national anthem. The team spoke about the moment and what the World Series experience has meant to all of them.
What a night. Great baseball weather, going against the foes, the Yankees affiliate. The boys are pumped to be here and can't wait to get to meet some of the players.
To have a bunch of people watching over us once again, the feeling never goes away.
And the fun doesn't stop at Hadlock. Brad Shelley told us that Red Sox manager Alex Cora personally reached out to him and invited the team to be honored by the Sox at Fenway Park next month.